Ballots are out and now they're being returned. Political Data Inc. says more than 1 million recall ballots have been collected. That's 5% of the ballots that have been mailed out to all registered voters across the state. Now, of the ballots turned in, 56% are Democrats, 22% Republican, and 22% from independents. But what's the percentage of ballots being returned in Fresno County? Well, only one person can answer that. The Fresno County Clerk of Registrar of Voters, James Coos. Welcome back to Sunday Morning Matters. How are you?
Good morning, Alex, and thank you for having me in today.
Well, you know, so many mail-in ballots have already been returned, about 1 million or so statewide. But how many have been returned here in Fresno County?
So as of today, we've got 75,000, just a hair under 75,000 returned in Fresno County.
Is that right where you thought it would be? Is that expected, or is that maybe more than you expected?
It's actually a little higher than I expected, but it's a little hard to tell still. We're kind of early still in being a Voters' Choice Act county, so we're trying to learn the ins and outs. It's a little higher, but it does follow a pattern of a lot of folks returning their ballot early on. It's just a little higher than initially expected.
Vote centers, are they starting to see a little bit more traffic? And you still have 53, correct?
So actually, we're going to have 44 vote centers for this election. Because of the short time frame, we weren't able to partner with all of our vote centers from the last two major elections. Vote centers will open, the first set, 9 of them will open on September 4th. Right now, we do have in-person voting at our Kern Street office, and it's been kind of quiet. Lots of folks dropping off vote by mail, but in-person voting has been quiet.
You know, the one question everybody is really asking me, and then I asked you, if you vote no on the recall, do you answer question 2? Now, Governor Newsom is telling people not to answer it. Is that right?
Well, it is up to the voter's choice. The two questions, the yes-no question, whether you want to recall and remove the vote, the governor, and who you would pick in place of the governor, are completely separate. Doesn't matter how you vote on the first one, or even if you vote on the first one, you can choose someone on the back. And if you don't want to choose someone on the back, it doesn't matter how you vote on the first one either.
You know, if someone votes yes on the recall and then a candidate that they bubbled in suddenly drops out of the race, for example, Doug Osee is on the ballot, he dropped out. Can they come back and re-vote?
Unfortunately, no. It's only one vote per voter. And because it is a confidential secret ballot system, we have no way of removing that voter's ballot from the count.
You know, one of the big concerns for putting your ballot in the mail is mail theft. You know, one story that was trending this week is police in Southern California arrested a man who was passed out in his car. Among other things that they found, 300 recall ballots. Is there a potential of election fraud through the mail-in ballot system as we have it right now?
So actual ballots, fraudulent ballots coming in through the system are very difficult to go through because every signature is verified. And Fresno County, for good or bad, is actually one of the strictest counties in the state, 6th strictest out of 58 counties. So some folks think that that's great, some folks maybe not so much. But we do review every single signature coming in. Now I'm waiting, like you, to find out what happened in that situation down in Los Angeles. How did he get 300? Probably stealing from from actual mailboxes, unfortunately, and that's something actually I can't control.
You know, I'll leave you with this because there's a lot happening with the recall. We won't find out really who the winner is, so to speak, if Governor Newsom beats the recall or if he loses the recall on September 14th. I know that you said it may take a couple of days. In Fresno County, how confident are you that we will have a tally by the end of the week of election week?
So on election day, we'll have all in-person voting that goes to the tabulators, plus all vote by mail that has been returned prior to election day counted. And the remainder of that week, we're going to focus on any ballots that came in through the mail on election day, plus any ballots that are returned, vote by mail ballots that are returned to our vote centers. And that can actually be a lot, 40% of all ballots or 30% of all ballots could be returned that way. We will get through the vast majority of those. I want to say about 90% of those, because there are always a few ballots that need a little bit extra looking at them, maybe an opportunity for a voter to cure a missing signature. We're not going to have 100% at the end of that week, but we're going to have almost all of them. Will be over 90% probably.
All right, James Coos, Fresno County Clerk. Hey, appreciate the time.
Thank you, Alex. Have a good day.
Still to come, Club One Casino still weeks away from reopening in their new location at Granite Park. But could they be subject to a huge tax hike on top of table restrictions? Fresno City Council member Tyler Maxwell joins me next.